Hello, everybody, and good morning. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. I'm just sitting here drinking my coffee, Mm. and Queen Booger is wandering about having a breakfast. So I wanted to do another retro react, and this one is focused primarily on Foodie Beauty's breakups and how she handles them and how unhinged she can get. So the breakups that are going to be focused on in this retro react video is her breakups with Salah and her breakups with Nader. No, I'm not going to show Nader's face. I just don't want to see him. Also, I know how trigger happy he is when it comes to people showing his face on camera. So no videos showing his appearance. But I wanted to show the comparison between the two. Like how she reacts with breaking up with Salah, between breaking up with Nader, and how many times her and Salah have broken up. Why am I doing that? Well, she's coming back to Canada, and she's claiming that this is the final time. She's staying in Canada forever. Do I believe it to be the final time? Yes. But not because she wants it to be the final time, not because she wants to come back to Canada and start her life over. I think this will be the final time because Salah's done. He and his family just want to be left alone in Syria, and he wants nothing to do with Chantal. There might be plans in her mind to go back and then just treat this whole thing of her coming back to Canada as sort of a visa run. But I think a lot of her stuff is going to start catching up with her. And she's going to find herself in a place where she's essentially stuck and she can't go back to Syria. But in her mind, she might be thinking, I've got everybody fooled. I got a bunch of money for moving back. And then she might want to try to take off to Syria, but that won't be possible. She's going to have to face some of the music that she's written. But I've gathered up a bunch of clips and such from different channels, such as Hectic Llama, No, I Don't Think So, Queen of WTF, Looney Foodie Beauty. And this also is to put together her unhinged behavior. Yeah, more of that, because she is unhinged. She's absolutely unhinged. And there might be some people in my audience that have never been exposed to her unhinged behavior. Maybe some newbies on her side of the fence that they weren't around during Cracked Olympics. They don't even know. Well, they need to know because we're going to see more of her unhinged behavior, possibly due to the fact that she might be in Canada and at some point Salah might ghost her. He might say, hey, she's in Canada and this might be the safest way to do this. And once he stops answering the phone or she can't get through to him, we're going to see more of this go down because she's got a history of it. Also, I would like to say that Foodie likes to paint pretty much every guy in her life as abusive. She looks at her breaking up with somebody or her in her mind breaking up with somebody as being abusive. That a man not giving her what she wants is abusive. Having an argument to her is abusive. So keep that in mind with Foodie. You don't give her what she wants, suddenly she will paint you as an abusive person and make all kinds of claims about you on her channel. I also have some cool Twitter stuff to show you guys, animal stuff, various little tidbits and so forth. So I'll tell y'all what, how about we just get into it and let's get into the Twitter peeps right now. Okay, it's time for the Twitter peeps, and let me just make sure I am where I need to be, and I am there. That's good. That's good. All right. So for those of you that are on Twitter, that you would like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. And for those of you not on Twitter, well, that's why I do the peeps. Give you guys something to smile about today and just keep you informed of all this stuff. So let's start here. This innocent baby. Cats that make you go awesome. Reason why I can't get any work done. You know what? If I had that reason around me, I wouldn't even be mad that I'm not getting work done. Who cares about work? Seriously, who? Look at the baby with the paws. I wouldn't be mad if I couldn't get any work done. Although Queen Booger would not be happy about me having that reason in the house because she's jealous and protective of her mama. I wouldn't be mad though. How could you be mad? It's impossible to be mad at that beautiful face. Okay, now I'm sharing this to all of my peeps. For those of you that might be in the San Francisco Bay Area, Friends of Bearcat Rescue. Tugboat, who's a Siamese, has got many applications, but nobody wants to take his brother too. Oh no! These sweet purry babies are bonded and love each other so much. Brown tabbies are just as cute as a blue-eyed Siamese. Please share and help them find their home. So I don't know if anybody out there lives in the San Francisco Bay Area, but these are a bonded pair. So there's Tugboat, and this is Poontoon, which is a tabby. And they love each other. So anybody in the San Francisco Bay Area? And if you're looking for a pair of beautiful kitties, I will tell you though, Siamese are very, very vocal. I don't mind a cat being vocal. Booker is very, very quiet as far as cats go. She's extremely quiet. But I love vocal cats. But anybody out there that is in the San Francisco Bay Area, please go on Twitter and contact Friends of Bearcat Rescue if you would like to adopt these two babies. They are a pair, but they're gorgeous. And for the record, Tugboat and Poontoon are neutered, vaccinated, and have been microchipped. So like all that's taken care of. Now let's move on to Sock Puppet, saying controversial opinion. If you refuse to go to therapy after thousands of people tell you that you need it, you are no longer allowed to come online and complain about anything in life, especially haters. Earn the right to complain by trying to do better. Look, everybody has told Foodie she needs therapy. Her family, her own family, has told her that she needs therapy. Even the reactors have told her, you need to go to therapy. You need to see a doctor. I've told her many times, you need to go to inpatient. Imagine that people that don't like Foodie saying these things to her and her not listening. She doesn't want to heal her hurts. She just wants to make money off of them. So if even people that don't like you are saying you need to get help and you're refusing to get help, then I guess whatever the hurt is, you're okay with it. Beauty of Nature says nature sitcom starring the most random yet perfect cast ever. So this show will be called Ten's Company with Mother Duck and the babies. We've got Chunky Squirrel back there. We got Peter the Pigeon as the nosy neighbor. You know, dropping by randomly for no reason. I would watch that show. Beauty of Nature and Music. Happy tears and a swelled heart is what you'll feel. So this is sweet. You got this rooster who's in love with this chicken. And the chicken, if you watch the video, Basil is the name of the chicken. She's got one leg and she stays in a wheelchair. And the rooster is absolutely in love with the chicken, stays with her constantly. Look, he's like, I'm here for you. And they love each other. That's love. That's real love. Okay, those of you that watch the Halloween movies? Creepy.org says Nick Castle, the actor who played Michael Myers with his cat Michael Meowers. So he's a cat person too. Yeah, very, very, very nice, Michael Myers, Nick Castle. The cat distribution system worked on you. Philippe Pimentel says barred owls hooting and calling. We observed this behavior for several minutes. Anybody ever hear a barred owl? I love their sound. Let's listen. Yeah, I love that sound they make. Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you? I love that sound. Okay, nature is amazing. Smart white moose. He looked both ways before crossing. Is that an albino moose? Sometimes that happens in nature, that an animal's just born albino and they stick out. But this moose, he's gorgeous. I hope that no hunter shoots him. Hunters, leave him alone. That's a rarity. Yog says, no matter the size, cats will be cats. So you've got tiger and panther. Cats being cats, doesn't matter the size. Give me some love. Give me some rubbies. Oh, the cat's just playing. Oh, we got the zoomies. We got cat zoomies. And of course, they love their milk. All right. So for those of you that watch Pete's, maybe you're members of his channel, here's some news for you. Ghost Crab says, apparently Pete's has finally admitted to what everybody of us knew already. He's going to live with Chantal again. What an absolute loser. Kalea says, OMG, well, that is awful. He's going to end up homeless. Well, that's a decision he wants to make for himself. If he decides to live with Chantal, I can't have any sympathy for him. He knows what she's like. And I'm pretty sure that he knows about her health problems. So it's high risk for him to move in with her. Like, she's a wild card. Anything can pop off with her at any time. He's a grown man. He's got his own mind. And if he can't see that it's not the smartest decision, nobody's going to be able to tell him. I hope that he doesn't move in with Chantal. I mean, it wouldn't make sense to move in with her at all at this time. I did see a little clip where he said he's going to wait a while. I don't know if that's true, but if he moves in with Foodie, I can't feel sorry for the guy. I just can't. You know, it's like, how many times are you going to make the same mistake and get the same result? Laura says, hey, Chantal, aka Foodie Beauty. Animals know when you're a good person or not, and when you are, you don't have to force them to stay with you. They are very willing. Yep, that's true. And your pet is all over you. They won't leave you alone. You don't have to pick them up and hold them all awkwardly. They want to come up to you. They want to cuddle up in your lap. They want to just hover around you. You know, like my baby. I know, it's a baby. Hi, Queen Booger. This is my girl. Right now she's sitting beside me because I've got a space heater on the floor and it's blowing at the bed and she's enjoying the warmth. Cats love space heaters. They love fireplaces. Anything, anywhere where you'll find warmth. Like if you've got vents on the floor that blow in heat, they'll probably sit right next to them or on top of them. You got to be careful when it comes to animals, though, because sometimes they'll get dangerously close. You know, you got to be real careful. But cats love heat. They love sunspots. Yeah, little Queen Book. What? Can I help you? See, I had stopped petting her, and she's like, what are you doing? Keep petting me. Doggy Cat says, do not raw dog. She's counting on making a shot on money with two streams. The home stream, assuming she's actually there, and two, she's counting on making a shave her head money by doing a I'm removing my hijab live. Please don't raw dog these. Don't be weak. Yeah, there's tons of reaction channels. We'll take care of it. Trust me, we're on it. The moment she goes live, we're gonna know, and we're gonna watch, and we're probably gonna be recording. Yog says, what happens when you boop the fox's nose? What happens? They laugh at you. Malarkey Meter says, so Pete was just asking in his chat, Foodie Beauty was okay. He said yes. For now, we'll see how long that lasts. Ooh. And then he talked to her a few hours ago. She must be in Ontario. There is a frost coming at night now to announce her presence. Speaking of Chantal being in Canada, I'm rather ticked off because it's something that I saw go down when I was in Goose Chuck's latest live. So I was in the live with Goose Chuck, and she was, messing about and showing pictures of Foodie. And during the live stopped. I guess Foodie was watching. I guess she didn't like Goose Chuck showing her pictures, and she complained to YouTube. So I guess Goose Chuck is in YouTube jail for now. And as much as you were making me nauseous with those pictures, Goose Chuck, and you're making me nauseous because you're doing a lot that night. You don't deserve to be in YouTube jail. That's not correct. Boo. So Foodie is back in Canada, and she's already starting to go after people. She's paying attention to channels. As much as she says she doesn't care about us, and who cares what they say, she's watching everybody and seeing what we're saying and seeing what we're doing. But boo, YouTube, doing what you did to Goose Chuck, and yet you continue to let Foodie still be on YouTube. Cowboy Dog says, Chantal being back in Canada, getting high, showing her chins, missing her husband, and free farting. Buckle up and don't forget to support your favorite reactors. I support that thought because it's going to be a wild ride. Everybody out there, stock up on your snacks, stock up on your coffee, your tea, whatever else you need when you watch the reaction channels, because we're going to be busy. Busy. Aw. We don't deserve cats. Watch him literally walk right into this woman's house. Wait till her son asks if they can keep him. So sometimes you run across the cats. Sometimes they just come up straight to you. So this stray cat's like, you know what? I'm tired of being a stray. I'm just going to find some nice person and be a house cat. And that's what this cat did. It's like, this place looks good. These people look good. I'm okay. I'm going to go get fed. So the cat distribution system working that way too. And here's another case of that from antidepressant content. This cat randomly jumped on the car by itself and got adopted. This is the most beautiful story of a cat. So again, sometimes you run into a cat, sometimes they come right up to you. So that's another beautiful fur baby that, has got basically adopted. Let's see. All right, here's some interesting stuff. Manico says the river swift, a bird that can swim underwater, dives to search for fish and shrimp hidden under the stones. So if anybody asks you, can a bird swim? Well, apparently this one can. That's what it does. Look, a bird swimming underwater. It's fishing. So now you know a bird can actually swim. All right, so that's it for all the Twitter peeps. I just want to give you guys something nice to look at before we get into all the foodie stuff. So first clip that we're going to watch is by Hectic Llama. And this details all of the breakups between Foodie and Salah, going over the breakups. And then we'll move on to the other stuff. Okay. So this whole thing of her and Salah going in a circle, we're breaking up. And then she goes right back to him. And I think that she's planning on doing that again, although I don't think she's going to be successful. I honestly think that she thinks this is the kind of a visa run. But let's watch, and special thanks to Hectic Llama.
Of every single person trying to follow him, has all comments turned off, is not accepting new friend requests anywhere. I'm getting married. I'm going to live an amazing life.
Well, that aged like milk, set out in the sun, didn't it? I'm going to live an amazing life. Really? You don't say. Well, you went to the Middle East for 3 years. Did you live an amazing life? I don't think you did. I mean, I was there, Foodie. I was watching. So was everybody else. Look, I will give you credit where credit is due if you turned your life around, but you never did. As a matter of fact, instead of getting better, it actually got much worse. And since I was there during Cracked Olympics, I didn't think it'd get any worse, but it did. You essentially ruined your channel, ruined your income, ruined your finances over a guy that didn't even love you. That $9,000 that you paid him, that was wasted money. Should have put that towards something else. But yeah, no, I was watching. There was no amazing life to be had or to be seen or heard.
This move is happening. I'm glowing up in life, behind the scenes. Why would Salah, and listen carefully, ladies, why would Salah go for you girls when he has a Canadian queen? Like,
I wouldn't exactly call you a queen. Girl, what crown do you have on your head? You're the queen of nothing. Sorry, it's true. What do you have now? Nothing. You don't even have good health. Your finances are a mess. And despite the fact that you have 100K plus channel and you make okay paychecks, you'll probably get more a month than most people who work 40 plus hours a week. You actually had to go to your beezers and beg for money just to get back home, just to get started, which I find ridiculous. So how well are you doing again?
like me. How many times would I always come on and cry during the live streams? I feel like I'm going crazy. Salah has never made me cry. Never.
You want to know why? Because you really didn't love him. It's crazy, isn't it? Looking back at all this stuff right now. So Salah was supposed to be her husband. She never cried and carried on when it came to Salah the way she did with Nader, and she was never married to Nader. When she was with Nader, oh, she cried. She raged. She raged about Nader. But there's hardly anything for Salah. And I will die on this hill. I think from the very beginning, it was simply a business arrangement between Foodie, who acted as the employer, and Salah, who acted as the employee. And his job was to basically be her contact in the Middle East, maybe run her errands and go get her food and play an acting part on YouTube. That was the extent of his duties. But they were never intimate. He never wanted to be intimate with Foodie. 3 years of spending time around this man, and they always had awkward energy together. Like there was not even like best friend energy, never mind husband-wife energy. She gave up the villa, she gave up Peach, she gave up her pet, she gave up everything to be around a guy that maybe in her aesthetic and in her optics, look good to her. She traded everything in her life for someone just to be near them. And they get back at another guy that rejected her.
I'm in a stable relationship with somebody, despite what you think, is amazing. I mean,
I'm sorry. I have to stop her right here because if you've never even spent personal, in person time with another person, you can talk all you want on the internet. You can do all the emails and FaceTime and all that stuff. But until you get in front of somebody to feel each other out, and a long time of that, you're not in a relationship. Because anybody can be anybody on the internet, but you don't really know who they are until you spend in-person time with them.
how much more stable can it be? I'm getting my life back on track. I mean,
Well, that never happened.
I used a whole bag of cheese. I just want to say how grateful I am sitting here with my husband, like listening to married men
You're already calling him your husband. You weren't even married.
compliment other women on how they look, talking to other women, how some married men allow.
Can I also give my thoughts about this marriage? Can I just give my thoughts, Foodie, please? Here's what I think. A while ago, you did a video or a live. I think it was a live. And in the live, you were talking about how there are so many romance scammers out there that look for women like yourself, women who might be older, who might be wanting love, maybe a little bit on the overweight side. You even said yourself in that live, romance scammers look for women like me. You were very aware of those romance scammers. You were aware how those romance scammers work, that they talk to women and from afar get money from women, and then they disappear. They milk the women for all that they can get out of them, and then they're gone. And here's what I think, honest opinion here. I think that Salah was a romance scammer, but you were a scammer of a different sort. You started talking to him, and I'm sure you're aware that he was a romance scammer, but you took a different route with things. You decided, you know what? I'm going to turn the tables on this romance scammer. I'm going to talk myself up, say how much money that I have. I think all the interactions back in the day, you never let him know about all your problems. You certainly did not let him know about your food addiction. You kept a lot of things hidden, including how you looked. I think all the interactions that you had with Salah, you constantly used the face filter, the body filter. You didn't want him to know. You wanted to draw him in, get him on the hook. And you also want to put him in the position that if he wanted more money out of you, that he wouldn't get it unless you moved to the Middle East. So that's what you did. He didn't get a full-on look at you until that first trip to the Middle East. And that's why you were coming into the airport and you were hiding your face, because I'm sure in your mind you were saying, got him. Like, it's too late to back out now. We've made all these arrangements. He's on my YouTube channel. I've given him all this money. He can't get away from me. You want to put him in a position where he couldn't escape you. Although I will say, in reference to Salah, Salah should have cut everything off within the first 3 months. Like when you went back to Canada, he should have just cut it off, but he didn't, because he's a greedy fool. He's stupid. There's like more than a few times he could have just ghosted you, but did not. But I think right now, Foodie, given your finances and your health problems, I think this is the final trip home to Canada, because you've gotten so much worse since then. But for a little while, you turn the tables on the romance scammer, because you don't let people get away.
Other people to enter their DMs and talk to them. I just want to give that PSA. My man is a real man, treating me like a queen. So,
yeah, too bad you're not acting like one.
stay mad. I know everything solid.
You know what, Chantal, as far as you saying stay mad to the rest of us, I don't think any of us would pay $9,000 for a man. You're telling all of us to stay mad. But in the 3 years that I saw you and Salah together, I didn't see anything to be jealous over or mad about. I mean, you get what you pay for. You paid $9,000 for what? A man who wasn't working? There's nothing about him that was admirable. Why should we be mad and jealous? That's what you want to believe, that you've got something valuable and the rest of the world is envious. But envious over what? I never saw anything to be envious over.
It does. We don't have secrets between each other. What makes him exceptional to me is how well he makes me feel assured and comfortable in like our relationship.
You know, here's the crux with Foodie. So during this time with Salah, she was bragging about, oh, he's so nice to me. He's so good to me. But here's the thing, y'all. Before Salah, there were men in her life that treated her good, that were decent to her. Pete was decent to her, and so was Bibi. And you know what she did to both those men? She cheated on them. She doesn't appreciate good men who work hard and make a paycheck and don't go out of their way to be hurtful. She looks at someone being nice and good as, okay, they love me. I can hurt them and get away with it. Bibi didn't let her get away with it. He kicked her out of the house. Pete, to this day, still lets her get away with it, but I'm sure he's feeling a certain kind of way because she cheated so much. She's very hurtful to loving people. And then the other side of that is if she gets with somebody who is hurtful, that throws some of her hurt back at her, then she fights with them. So there's no making her happy. If you get a nice guy that is just trying to love her, she takes advantage. And she's the hurtful one. So she's not happy with a good guy. She's not happy with a bad guy. Who could she possibly be happy with? Nobody.
So gorgeous. Not only is he gorgeous, but he is an amazingly supportive, non-cheating. He's not a cheating douchebag.
Too bad you are, though, because you're a cheating douchebag. Cheated on Bibi, cheated on Pete's. You're a cheater. Your legs were open more than the 7-Eleven. Hear me? You're pointing out, oh, these people cheated on me, but you're the cheater too. What you do to others comes back to you, girl. And it did come back. And by the way, Nader never cheated on you because he was never in a relationship with you. Despite all of your claims that we're in a relationship, he was never in a relationship with you. Never. You just talked that talk on the internet because you wanted to talk in relationship terms to your beezers and made it sound like he did something wrong when Nader never misrepresented himself in that way. You met him, he was a swinger. He likes that stuff, okay? He likes to be with different people. He was not a monogamous kind of man. You wanted him to be, and I guess you thought you could change him and to make him into what you wanted, but you can't just mold somebody into what you want. But you thought, I guess, that with your money, you can control him and make him into being just happy with you, although you yourself are not a happy person. You are a miserable person. So how can anyone be happy with a miserable soul? It's just not possible. If you're not happy with you, how can anybody else be happy with you? especially if you got all kinds of issues, all kinds of problems that you haven't even unpacked. There's just gonna be no success with that.
Like, he's amazing.
Nope. I'm not gonna do that. There we go. No.
You just can't. If he doesn't love me after one fight, he never did.
Yep, this was one of the breakups with Salah. They supposedly broke up, but then the next day they were back together. Didn't take that long.
How can you go from being so in love with somebody one minute and then the next minute you don't love them? No, it was fake. It was all fake. I'll be single for the rest of my...
And she looks at being single as like the worst kind of purgatory. She doesn't want to be single. She doesn't want to be alone. She's always got to have somebody around giving her attention, giving her validation. She does not want to work on herself. Personally, I think Foodie has to have somebody around because whoever that person is, they are a distraction from the work that she needs to do on herself. She knows she needs to work on herself. She knows she's got issues, but she doesn't want to face them and she doesn't want to do the work. So she picks somebody and says, you sit right here. You be my everything. You be my sole distraction. You stand by me all the time. So I don't have to look at myself. Foodie, I've been single for years. And I'm working on myself even now. It's a work in progress. Being single can be good for you. If you know you got issues and you know you have work to do, it can be good to like do what you need to do without distraction, but you don't feel that way.
All right. I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys later.
And you know what? Can I just say this, Foodie? If you want your relationship to work, you got to work on your relationship. And you never stop working. You're going to make it a high priority. But if you really love Salah, if this relationship were real, if the love were real, you would have wanted to fix yourself, even just have a chance to make it work. But you never worked on yourself. You never worked on it. Never.
And just that like made me freak out. I don't mean to like play with people's emotions. I'm just really...
Yep, this is the next day. This is like, we were back together.
Really not well. So Salah magically loves me. I don't think he ever stopped loving me, obviously.
He'd never even met you at this point. Shut up.
This was our first real fight. So being in love makes you crazy. Like,
yeah, well, you're already crazy to start with. It just makes you more crazy.
Or makes me crazy. Like, I
Yep.
just become so irrational sometimes.
And this is how crazy it made her.
Man, I'm done. I'm done.
This was after the Kai Bella text came out, the explicit text that came out. And she was going off about Salah. And guess what? Even after the text came out, even if there was proof positive in front of her that he was talking to other women, as soon as she went back to Canada, he was talking to Kai Bella, trying to get Kai Bella to come to the Middle East. She still wouldn't let go. Still. Even after she found out his fetishes, she still didn't let go. This should have been the moment where she said, I am done and I'm staying in Canada. Finding out that the man that you're infatuated with is talking to other chicks in the way that he was talking. But she ran right back there. She was supposed to be in Canada for a while, but she immediately flew back there. And the upset that you're seeing right here, in my opinion, it was for two reasons. She's jealous, she's insecure, and Foodie looks at other women as competition. Even if you have nothing to do with her, you could be a woman just walking down the street and Foodie sees you, and if you look better than her, she hates you. She doesn't look at women as friends and companions. She looks at them as competition. And given the fact that she's not willing to work on herself and improve herself, she feels that she gets the short end of the straw, that she just can't compete. So the jealousy and the insecurity come out. So her way of keeping a man around is to threaten, blackmail, manipulate, lie, control. It doesn't motivate her to work on herself. But one of the reasons why she's upset right here is because this whole story arc that she had going with Salah, that she created for YouTube, in this moment, that arc is broken. Absolutely broken. The picture that she tried to paint with everybody of him being the faithful, loving husband, broken. Because now he's a cheater. So this isn't just about him talking to other women. It's the fact that he broke the fourth wall. The illusion is shattered. And this moment forever changed things. This is public humiliation and embarrassment. And if there's one thing that narcs can't handle, it's a narc injury. That the whole world knowing that this loving husband ain't so loving. And if he is, he ain't loving to her. He's putting his loving somewhere else.
It was only this once. Yeah, sure. You see this finger? Shove it up your hairy ass. That's what you can do with your...
And by the way, she's saying all this stuff and doing all these hand gestures while wearing a hijab and abaya. This Muslim woman saying all this stuff.
Apology. Like, you can't be with someone after that. Like, I don't even know him. That's not the person I married. I just want to be alone and be in peace and live out the rest of my miserable life alone and bitter. So it's over. Like, who the does that? Because you know what? The worst thing is you feel like you don't know the person that you were with for so...
You never knew him to begin with. See, that's the problem with you, Chantal. You don't take the time to get to know the person. I don't think you want to get to know the person. You just want to claim them immediately. You want to fast forward the process. If you want a real relationship, one that matters to you, you'll take your time and you'll get to know somebody. You'll take all the time you need. If the love is real, you don't have to rush. But I think you try to rush, or you do rush. You don't want that man to know who you really are and find out what your issues are. You don't want him to see the ugly side of you. You just want to lock them down immediately in a relationship before they find out. Essentially, you want to trap a man with you.
So long. Like, how they could consciously do something like that and not, it wouldn't tear them up inside. I'll get over you. Don't worry about it. Like, you ruined our family. You ruined our family.
What family? See, that's another thing that Foodie tried to do. She tried to use another form of manipulation. She can't have children. She had a hysterectomy. She didn't have human children with Salah. So she used pets instead as sort of like, children of a different sort. She tried to make a family with Salah and try to use the pets as anchor points to say, we have a family together, when it was just pets. And I know a lot of people are going to be yelling at me like, how dare you, Rose? Pets are a family. That's true. When you love your pets, they are family. I will agree with you. But that applies to those of us that love our pets. and treat them like children. We love them dearly. Like Queen Booger over here. Look at that face. New face. But she doesn't love animals and she doesn't treat them well. To her, they are just props for her show. They are just things that she uses to manipulate money out of people and to gain people on her channel and to trap men with her. She uses pets for manipulative purposes. She doesn't treat them with love and respect. So she tried to use animals as anchor points to the man that really didn't care about her.
For what? I hate men because you know what? Yeah, there's good men, and I hate to generalize and be sexist, but track record shows. I'm just done. I'm done. Like, I don't.
You want a good man, but yet the 2 times that you had good men in your life, you trashed both of them. You cheated on them. You're with BB. He was a good man. Why didn't you hang on to him? Why'd you cheat on him, idiot? Boy, you ruined a good thing with BB. All you had to do is work on yourself, get yourself together, go get a job. You'd probably still be with him. And Pete's had a job. Pete's had money. You ruined his life too. That's what you do to good men because you're not a good woman. You are a bad, bad woman. So you know what? If you're bad, you deserve to end up with the bad. You know, water always finds its own level.
I don't want that stress. Like, that's one thing when you're in a relationship you always have to worry about. Is my partner being a loser?
Well, if you get to know the guy, then you will know over time if they're a loser or not. If you get to know a guy, then you know he's not going to cheat on me. He's not going to do me dirty. The love is there. You will know it absolute. If you're in a real relationship, you're not hovering over your partner's shoulder all the time, acting as their warden. You don't have to. When you have real love, you got trust. If you don't have trust, you don't have the love. Period. You don't trust your partner, then you don't love your partner. And if you don't trust your partner, you shouldn't be with them. All you're going to do is make yourself crazy.
Yes, they most often are. No, you don't. You don't love me. You don't. And that's obvious now for sure. Like, people were right about you. That's the other worst part.
Yep, and that's what she's upset about because everybody was saying he's going to cheat on you. He doesn't love you. We were saying it for the longest. She didn't want to hear it. So what we're seeing right now is part of the narc injury. She does not like girl world being right. That's what makes her the most mad. She wants to be right. She doesn't want to hear girl world being right. She's always been in competition with girl world. Like it's her against us. She doesn't want us to be right, and she will go to extremes to make sure that we are not right. She will lie, she will manipulate, she'll cover up just to make sure that we're not right when we are. Like, this is her pride and her vanity being bruised right here.
Oh well, wasn't meant to be, I guess.
Nope. Listen, girl, if you're going to pay $9,000 to a man to be in a relationship with them, you don't have a relationship, okay? No, it's not meant to be. Because if he were the one, you wouldn't have to give him all that money.
I don't want any more husbands ever. I don't trust another human in my life. So I'm going to Cuba.
And I gotta say this, Chantal. As far as relationships go, no human relationship that you have is ever going to work simply because you are already in a relationship, a long-standing relationship, one that you've been faithful to and you've never cheated on, you've never stopped. It's your relationship to food. Like you are in an active relationship with addiction. It consumes you. It tells you what to do. It tells you what to feel. Until you break up with that relationship, all other relationships are going to fail.
And I'm farting on camera again. I don't give a shit what you say. Like, I feel crazy. Like, what? Like, when? What's the plan now? I have to stay here. I'm not going back there ever.
And yet she went back there.
Whatever, I'm done. I'll get over it. Because now I have to get my own place. For sure.
Yep. So there was that. She came back to Canada, and Beezers, just for the record, her asking for money to help her get started, what you guys just experienced with her being in Syria and saying, I need money to start over again. This was not the first time. Just for those of you that weren't around at this time, this is like her second or third time doing this. She goes back to Canada. She claims, I'm going to stay for good. She starts talking up about where she's going to go and what she needs. And then she goes back to Syria. And that's why I say don't even trust her until you got something to trust in. Because this might just be a visa run for her. I'm not saying the visa run is going to be successful. I don't think it will be. But she's jumping the gun. She's talking about, oh, I'm going to get a scooter and I've got a place, although there's no proof of a place. She's saying that she needs furniture when there's no proof that she's moving into a place with no furniture. You get where I'm going? She gets the money first and then figures it out later.
We won't be helping each other financially anymore, so I'm on my own. I gave my cats away for you.
That's iconic. Girl, you gave everything away for him. You gave away the cats. You gave away your roommate, the villa, your furniture, everything. How much money has Salah cost you? I bet it would make you sick if you sat down and you figured out how much income that you've lost over the last 3 years, starting this whole ridiculous arc with Salah just to make Nader jealous. It would make you want to throw up.
Yeah, I'm getting a divorce. You know, you don't love me. You'd never loved me if you do that. I'm not taking him back. Yeah, I'm okay, Squeaky. I mean, no, I'm not, but yeah.
But she did.
Of course, I'm not.
She did.
I can't be with someone like that. There's no way.
And yet she ran back there. And yet she did.
There's no way. Nope. I had feelings like maybe it's not meant to be because nothing was ever working out. No.
So here she's saying that she was around Salah and it wasn't working out. Gee, I wonder why. Could it be because the two of you really didn't have that love chemistry? That from the start it was all about money? You're different people. He wants different things. You want different things. You got two different lifestyles. Of course it's not going to work out, stupid. Of course not. You're basically strangers with a money arrangement in between you two. Of course it's not going to work.
Now that I think about it, I'm just like, I was so impulsive again. Like getting married.
Yep, you were impulsive. In hindsight, this seems to have been about Salah pressuring her to take her health seriously. Yeah, that's always been a fighting point with Foodie. Any man in her life that shows love or concern, and they're like, you need to take care of your health. And they try to persuade her or talk to her to get her health together, to lose weight, to eat healthy. That becomes a gigantic fight. BB tried to get her to take her health seriously because while he was with her, she ended up in the ER because she ate too much cheese. But he was there for her when she had her hysterectomy. But BB pretty much lived healthy. So again, she didn't want to be healthy, clashing with a man who does want to be fairly healthy. Pete lets her do what she wants. He doesn't tell her to do anything. She moved in with Pete and she just went off the rails. Natter, believe it or not, tried to get her to eat healthy, and they got into fights about that. Salah tried to help her to get healthy. That became a gigantic fight. Huge.
And I'm gonna be on my own. I'm gonna be like single, and like we're separating.
Like, how many times these are all these streams that keep happening. Oh, we're together, we're breaking up. We're together, we're breaking up. You can't really you can't really break up with somebody you were never really with. I'm sorry. A boss employee thing is not a real love relationship.
The most tragic thing, I think the thing that like hurts me the most about ending something like this is when you think you're living something that you're not. I'm better off alone, honestly.
Now, I want you guys to take note of the way she's behaving here, because later on you're going to see a much marked difference in the way she behaved around Natter. With Natter, there were a lot more tears and there was a lot more emotion. And again, Natter was never her husband. Never.
I'm better off alone. I have a lot of work to do on myself.
Yep. You are better off alone, because if you're not good for yourself, you're not going to be good for somebody else. You have to be happy with your own company before somebody else can be happy with your company.
And, you know, I'm like 40 and
I'm 54. What's your point?
I have a lot of health issues.
Yep. And you should be going home to treat those health issues and your addictions and your obsessions. You need therapy like for the next several years, but you never get it.
And I just want to be in peace, like to deal with things, you know, without any kind of pressures. We'll still be friends and everything. It's just, I can't be married.
You were never married.
I'm just numb, Laura. I'm numb. I'm tired of crying. I know I never stay, but this is gonna be permanent.
Just saying it here. This is the real deal, Beezers. This is the last time. It wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, we love each other, but that's just sometimes not enough. I didn't have time to do anything, like no decisions really. It was kind of hasty, but like I know I have to go back, so. And it's done with.
And I just got this funny feeling that Foodie is going to go, she's back in Canada now, and she's going to have her little bee moments, hoover up all the food, pay some visits to Natter, and then she's going to go back to Syria. But she's going to get blocked from going back to Syria. I don't think she's going back. I think she's going to want to, but she just can't for some reason or another. She's going to go back to Canada. She's going to feel a little bit of happiness because she can eat what she wants. She can go where she wants. And then once she gets bored with the excess, then she's going to start whining and complaining about, I want to go back to Salah. And she's going to try, then she's going to get blocked.
I want to talk about like you know, the divorce or anything like that. Just yeah, no, it's not hasty. I'm definitely going back, like for sure.
You're going back, but you never stay.
Yep, 100%. I want to do this. Yep. If I'm not married, there's nothing for me here, really, honestly. I don't mind living here, but no, I gotta be back home.
Okay, we're just going to cut it off here because there's a lot more clips that I'd like to show you guys, if you don't mind. I don't want the react to be too long. Okay. Let's see, where else are we going? Oh, how about we just do this? So you saw the way she was behaving with them allegedly breaking up. I want to put this in, this part, because I think this matters. For those beezers that might watch this retro react, this is a little interesting clip I'm about to show you. And this has to do with Foodie and Natter. Little context. Foodie Beauty, she got mad at Natter. She went to the cops to make allegations about abuse to the cops, possibly get him in trouble. She was angry because Natter was spending time with Dee Dee. Dee Dee had been at Natter's house for over a month. Foodie was foaming at the mouth for Dee Dee to leave because she wanted to go see Natter. And yet, in my opinion, Natter was using Dee Dee as a sort of block to keep Foodie away from him, because that's just how obsessive she was. She just would not stop going over there. She wouldn't stop calling. So the only way for Natter to keep Foodie away from him was to physically have another woman there. So he kept Dee Dee at his place. Foodie was mad. Natter came online and said that he was going to get a restraining order against Chantal. Chantal got angry and basically treated it as a game of don't blink. And she said, oh yeah? And then she went to the cops. Or at least she acted like she did. The threat was there. So the threat was made. And guess what? After said threat, she went back to Natter's place. She snuck over there. And she brought coffee and green products. A little bit of Mary Jane. Imagine that. Someone who is your alleged abuser. You're making a threat. You're going to the cops for alleged abuse. And then after the threat, you just come over their house like you're supposed to be welcome there. And you're bringing coffee and green products like it's a normal day. And again, I ask those in my audience, would someone who's truly been abused go to the cops and then after that, go to their house willingly, like it's a coffee date? No, but that's what Chantal did. And this is one of the reasons why I will forever call her a fake, phony, for YouTube victim that used victimhood to scam money out of people and open up the scars of people looking for the coins inside. So, yeah, we're going to go there and we're going to do that because I want to expose her fakery, because she is fake. And this is courtesy of the channel LOONEY Foodie Beauty. So how about we watch her be fake? And you're going to hear just how more, over the top she is about Natter. Like the difference in emotion between her breakup with Salah and her being angry that she can't see Natter, although Natter was never married to her. Let's watch.
Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. to have to like come on here and cry again and just I'm doing this because I'm like half out of my mind. And because I want you to hurt. I want you to fucking hurt like I hurt. I want you to feel pain. I want you to burn in the fiery depths of fucking hell. I called the cops on you. I ruined your reputation. Even though you were a fucking McStabby before you knew me. You ruined your own reputation. But everything I did to you.
And I know you guys, there's a chat right here. Again, please take note. Every name in this chat is green, which means everybody was a member. These were her paying members. She never did open chat back in the day. So everybody talking in here is a paid member. They paid their $5 membership and they're freaking out. They're like, dear Lord, again? Are you kidding me? You've been coming to us and saying how abusive he is? And then you're confessing that you went to go willingly see him? Like their heads were spinning.
Isn't even a fraction of the fucking emotional and mental torment you put me through.
Ma'am, the torment that you're feeling is one that you put yourself through. He wasn't going to your house looking for you, knocking on your door. You went to his house, unannounced, uninvited, with coffee, with green products. Don't swing it in the direction of he put you through it. You put yourself through it. There's a big difference.
And you continue to put me through every fucking day.
Every bit of physical contact that you had with Natter, you had to initiate. He didn't have a car. He didn't have a license. He didn't even have the money to take an Uber to your house. You willingly went to him every single time. You willingly paid the phone bill so you could talk to him when you could have cut the phone off. You could have stopped giving him money. You could have stopped a lot of things and you didn't. So don't talk to me about torment when every interaction was by your own free will.
And I can't fucking do it. I'm just watching the road, guys. If I get too upset, I'll just pull over.
You shouldn't be driving anyway. As upset as you are, given the weather conditions, you should pull off right about now. This is dangerous driving, period.
Every day. Like, you are a womanizing, using piece of shit.
And you're not? You're not a user? I think where she got a lot of her hurt and anger is the fact that she's a scammer, she's a liar, she's a manipulator, and she met her match. She met someone exactly like her. And the player got played. She thought she was the smartest person in the room. And yet he played her like a country fiddle. He even figured out he could use another woman to get more money out of her. Dee Dee would come over, Chantal would find out, and she would offer Natter more money to get rid of Dee Dee. He even figured that part out. He figured out that she was addicted to him and used her addiction against her to get more money. The player got played, and she's mad about that.
You literally are the biggest scum of the earth, and I don't get why nobody else in the fucking world, except for me and maybe 2 other people, fucking see it.
I'm also showing this little bit to you guys because 100% I believe that when she comes online, at some point, she's going to trash talk Salah. She's going to paint him as some sort of an abuser. Even though in that 3 years, we saw no evidence of any kind of physical hurt. And again, two people having an argument and disagreeing on things does not constitute abuse, although she'll try to paint it that way because she wants the audience on her side, and she's going to try to use victimhood to get the sympathy and to get the money. And I'm sorry, I won't believe it. And a lot of other people also won't believe it. But in Foodie's world, either you are with her and you are under her thumb, or if you're not, then you're an abusive person and you abuse her. There's no in between.
Because you're manipulative and you lie. You lie and people fucking believe you just like I did. And now I look crazy. And that's what you fucking want. So I hope you're fucking happy. But you know what? I'll be crazy any day of the week over a cold-hearted fucking soulless piece of fucking shit like yourself. You have no soul. And you, honestly, deserve everything you get. Every fucking thing you get. I cannot believe I felt sorry for you for 2 fucking minutes. Oh my god. I cannot believe I fucking felt sorry for him for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Oh my god. Fucking. And you, Dee Dee, I don't fucking understand you. You have no brain in your head. You are a fucking bitch. I hate you. This is... You two do it on fucking purpose to drive me nuts.
They were just carrying on and doing what they wanted to do. You knew what you had when you got involved with it. You met him online, Chantal. Maybe on some kind of dating app, whatever, chat room. You knew what he was when you met him. You couldn't expect him to be different after being with him. Like, that was you convincing yourself that you could take a bad boy and make him good for you. Bad boys are bad boys for a reason. They're bad for you. You know, bad boys don't change unless they want to change themselves. It's not for a woman to change them into something else.
Natter, you are a fucking piece of shit. This is what you do every time. Every time I don't do what you want me to fucking do, and I leave your sorry little scrawny little fucking pathetic ass for more than a day, you call Dee Dee's stupid desperate Lulu down, and you two fuck with my brain, and you fucking do it every time.
If you didn't want him to mess with your brain, all you would have to do is block his phone number and stop watching his streams. It would have been just that simple. If you don't like it, don't look, don't listen. If you decide to pull up his stream and watch him, and believe me, y'all, she watched him obsessively. Even after said allegations of abuse, she was still watching him. Who would willingly do that, I ask you? If you were a true victim of DV, would you go to that person's channel and watch their stream? Would you want to see their face? Would you want to hear their voice? Absolutely not. Because that would trigger the crap out of you, wouldn't it? Yeah. But she would watch him. Even if they were doing nasty behavior on his channel to get back at her, to be spiteful, she could have blocked that immediately. She never did.
For example, and yes, I'm gonna get in shit for this too, but I don't give a fuck at this point. In case you didn't notice, I don't give a fuck, and I don't give a fuck what happens to you now.
And I just want to stress to people out there, those who might think that the reaction channels are a bunch of meanie heads, that we are just mean and we like to make her mad. It's all about making her mad. What we're dealing with here is a person who is a pathological liar. She lies about everything. She lies about things she doesn't have to lie about. And the only time we get even a measure of truth out of this woman is when she's angry. That's when the most truth comes out. To get the truth out of Chantal, you got to make her mad, or she's got to be mad.
So now you're really, really, you know what? I don't even give a fuck what happens to me. So, yeah. So, oh my God, why? You guys are gonna hate me so bad.
Say it, Chantal, say it.
You fucking lie to me. Like, really? You have this fucking bitch there for a month? Like, when just 2 days before she came over, I was sleeping there every single day? So then whenever I'm not good enough for you and you've used me up, you call her over to take my fucking place like I'm a piece of fucking trash, and now I have to fucking go to therapy every fucking week because of you.
Spoiler, she didn't go. She never went to therapy. Like, Natter was playing Dee Dee like a fiddle, and he was playing Chantal like a fiddle, and both women were stupid and they put up with it. To this day, I still don't understand why. He's not a catch. Okay, he's not a Casanova. What we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is a case of just two desperate women that have put up with a bad man for reasons unknown to me.
I hate you.
Chantal was always his pay pig. He was never in love with her, did not want to love her, but he played her desperation, her thirstiness against her. In the back of her mind, she knew he didn't love her, but she wanted what she wanted. And she convinced herself, I can have him. If I stick around long enough, if I spend enough money on him, if I wear him down to the nub like I did Pete, he'll just surrender and give into a relationship with me. And it never happened. A year later, and it still didn't happen. So what did she do? She wanted to get back at Natter. This whole relationship with Salah was out of spite. She wanted to get back at Natter. Hey, look, I'm with a much younger man who looks better than you, and I'm going to give him everything that I once gave you. You better run after me. I'm still a hot commodity. If you want me to be your sugar mama, you better give me what I want. Guess what? Natter did not give her what she wanted. But because she carried on in front of everybody on the world stage to avoid further embarrassment, she had to keep on with it, and so she did for 3 years.
I hate you. You fucking user. Like, seriously, I cannot, like, okay, you tell me what you think about this, okay? I had a really, really bad weak moment, and I don't know how the conversation started. I was talking to Debbie on Messenger.
Debbie would be Dee Dee. Just so we're clear, Debbie is Dee Dee. Debbie is Dee Dee. So just a few minutes ago, she said, I hate Dee Dee, but yet she was talking to Dee Dee on Messenger. Why? Because she wanted to maintain contact with Natter, so Dee Dee became the middleman. Like, if you want to talk to Natter, you got to go through me. That's how desperate she was to talk to him, to maintain some sort of communication. Again, this is a man that she claimed abused her. But she's going around the block and around the corner to maintain contact with this supposed abusive man.
He's not supposed to see me or talk to me. I ended up going over there.
And she went over there willingly, by her own free will, no protection, none. She felt secure and safe enough to go over there alone. What victim would do that?
Yes, I did. And I'm so fucking stupid because I don't know. I just thought, oh, he just called the cops on him and fucking accused him of sexual assault. And
yep, she did that. She accused him of SA, DV, tried to get him in all kinds of trouble. And then she goes back there after that thinking everything's forgiven. There's going to be no repercussions for my actions. I can just make charges when I want. I can get him in trouble if I want because I'm mad at him, because I'm jealous. It was all over jealousy. Not because he really hurt her, but because she was mad at him. That's the lengths that she'll go to punish a man who doesn't give her what she wants. She is evil. Do you understand? She's evil.
Everything. Oh, yeah, you can just go back over there and and just kick Dee Dee out and everything will be fucking normal.
And that's what she wanted. When she went to the cops, that was the plan, I'm sure. I'm going to scare him. I'm going to scare her. She'll run back to Montreal. And then he'll be alone and I can go over there. That didn't work. But there were consequences, because you can't do something like that and then expect to be forgiven if you go to that measure out of jealousy and spite.
I don't even know what I was doing. I fucking went over there. I even fucking brought coffee.
Bringing coffee to your abuser. Really?
And I brought weed.
And green products as well. She's like, hey, let's just have coffee and get high together.
I'm a fucking idiot.
And if you Beezers, if you see this clip, if you watch this react, I'm just going to put it to you. I'm not going to tell you what to feel. I'm not going to tell you what to think. But if you can't recognize this is unhinged behavior, I don't know what to tell you. Someone lying about charges, going so far as to go to the cops to allege charges. There's supposed to be a restraining order. She's not supposed to be seeing him, talking to him. He's not supposed to be talking to her, seeing her. And then her just going to his house with green products and coffee. If you don't see this as unhinged, because she is unhinged, okay? When it comes to men, she's unhinged. She's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Like, you need to see it. You need to know it. Because she does not change. She's not done anything to change herself, to make herself better. So if you're broken and you don't do things to fix your broken, you stay broken, which leads to unhinged, broken behavior.
It's like I fucking hate him and I don't know how to stay away.
This is not love. This is obsession. When you love somebody, you don't act this way. You don't do these things. She was obsessed with him, addicted to him. And I believe her when she said, I'm addicted to this man, because her behavior, and I'm not trying to sound ugly saying this, but this is addict behavior. When you're addicted to something and you will go to great lengths to get it, and you get angry and almost violent if you don't get it. You lash out. So she's been without the source of her addiction for a month. She's fiending. She's foaming at the mouth. And she snapped. And she tried to force him to see her. Just going over there like that.
So I go there I promise not to tell anybody. But then I turn your fucking phone on for you.
You didn't turn the phone on for him. You turned it on for you because you wanted to talk to him. Let's just make that clear. You weren't doing things for Natter back in the day. You were doing them for the benefit of yourself.
Because I care about you, and I only ever did. Oh, not so much anymore. I don't know. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Anyways, I turn the phone on. I leave so this fucker can go live with my fucking ring light always.
Here we go. Look at all that I've done for you. Look at all that I paid for you. This is her once again pointing out, I bought this and I bought that. Girl, you could have given him $1 million. Giving money to somebody, doing nice things for them does not mean you own them. They are not your object to own. You need to understand that.
But I do nothing for you. Okay, and then what? And then Dee Dee comes down, starts doing fucking dishes, acts like she's his fucking mother. She's mediating basically our conversation. Like, I don't think that's a good.
I also think that Natter kept Dee Dee at the house as a sort of protection, not just to keep Chantal from coming in, but if she came to the door acting up, which was a high probability. I mean, you guys can hear how unhinged she is. He might have been afraid of being at the house alone, just in case she freaked out and called the cops again.
Good idea right now, Chantal.
Listen, I'm not a Natter fan at all. Let's make that known. Let's make that clear. I am not sticking up for Natter. I'm just pointing out how unhinged and how crazy she gets when it comes to relationships and the lengths that she'll go to for vengeance if she doesn't get what she wants.
He can get in a lot of trouble. Okay, but you let me come over. So you let me come over and talk to you alone. Ask me what I want. Like, ask me, like, what do you want? Like, basically, like, make it seem like we're going, like, things are okay. And then I leave, and then I call you on the phone I pay for you to be able to communicate with your fucking family, and you don't answer it. I call him, he doesn't answer the phone. He gets Debbie to fucking message me. He gets Debbie the nerve to message me and be like, Debbie, who's part of the fucking problem, who has no problem inserting yourself because you probably beg her because you are a coward. You're not a real man. You can't even be alone for 5 minutes.
Neither can you, apparently.
And what the fuck were you mad at me for going to win?
Do you guys see like the difference in emotion coming out here? Like the emotion that she was expressing over Salah talking to another woman, and the outpouring of rage, outright. This is not anger, this is rage for her and Natter. Is it clear now who she really wanted versus who she settled for because she could not get what she wants? The heart wants what it wants. She wanted Natter. She still wants Natter. That never stopped. She settled for another man because the original man that she wanted said no. So the second man became a get back and maybe get you back motion. And that didn't work out either. But she never lost focus of this one. She always wanted to win that game, no matter what.
They're alone for anyway. You do not remember the bottle of tequila you drank before Windsor and screaming in my face all night? Do you not remember that? Or what? Oh yeah, so Soria's a little apprehensive to bring you to another fucking city 8 hours away. And instead of saying sorry, you invite Dee Dee over. Hey.
And I just want to point this out too. Everything that Natter had, Chantal bought. So Chantal, you spend time around Natter. He's a hothead. He's got a temper. So why would you buy a bottle of tequila for somebody who is a hothead? Knowing that they're a hothead. All the stuff that he had, you bought, including the party favors and the alcohol. You bought him everything. Remember, Club Natter is very expensive, very exclusive. For her to come in the door, you need stuff. She willingly brought all that stuff over there to party with him because that's the only way he could tolerate her.
Maybe I screamed in my girlfriend's face all night. Maybe she didn't fucking like that. No, because...
And also, Chantal, there is a difference between having a friend who is a female and a girlfriend. You guys were never romantic. He never wanted to be romantic. You were just a female friend that he was using to pay the bills and pay the rent, pay for everything. You were his female friend pay pig. But he never looked at you and never cared about you like a girlfriend.
You never do anything wrong. You don't even cook. You don't even... Oh, fuck. Raw chicken's even beyond King Natter, right? Yeah. You need to humble yourself, pal. Oh my god, you... Oh. I've never met somebody like this in my fucking life. And not in a good way. You are going to push me over the fucking edge. Like, you've already pushed me over the edge. I've never fucking been through this shit with anyone in my fucking life.
Nope. Because all the men in your life before Natter, they were a bit more passive in nature, a bit more docile. You didn't appreciate them. So you know what life said? We're going to put somebody in your path who's just like you. You're going to meet a male version of yourself to kind of act as a look in the mirror moment, although you never did. But you met someone who is very similar to you in behavior. You're a scumbag. It's only fitting that you meet another scumbag and have to deal with another scumbag. That is your karma for having two men in your life that cared about you, loved you, tried to do right by you. You lied and manipulated both men, and you cheated on them. Ain't karma a bitch?
Like, BB would never. And Dee Dee, like what? Like, was your ex-husband like this? You like staying around for a whole month in this shit? You like being an employee where you pay to fucking work for Natter? You like that? You must like it. Oh, yeah, I fucking loved it.
And the chat is going wild on the side. Muffin420 says, you need to humble yourself. Galboa says, blames everyone but herself. Brainy says, your credibility just went out the window. Yes, it did. Andrea says, stop comparing him to BB. Yeah, because they were different people. Like, her Beezers were angry today. Because the Beezers cared about her. And all this mess that she talked about, he's abusive and he hit me so hard I saw stars. And while she was at the house talking about, I should get security cameras and I need a safe word, paper clips. All this mess for what? Putting people all through this for what? They're concerned for her. They're telling her to stay away. And she didn't stay away.
Oh my god.
In half a mile, turn right onto New York 122 West.
So he gets Debbie to message me. Chantal, you know he can get in trouble. He can't answer your phone calls. But you can come over tomorrow and talk to him. Oh, thank you, Dee Dee, for your fucking permission to come spend night time at 93
West.
Rue Saint Antoine, where I have paid the rent many times. Oh yeah.
And that's another self-admission. So Chantal was swearing back in the day she didn't pay for anything for Natter. Yet here's the truth out of her own mouth. I paid his rent many times. And she even bragged about being a sugar mama, y'all. And I'm a sugar mama, so what? Well, that was because that was the only arrangement she could make with Natter because it wasn't based on love. And she's a big stupid idiot who agreed to it and kept it going in the first place because that's how desperate she was.
Thank you for your permission.
And still is, because when she got with Salah, she was paying for 100% of everything. He wasn't working. The only way she can have a man in her life is to pay for a man in her life, period.
Come over. Oh my God. I can't, I'm in disbelief I can't believe it. I just can't believe this is my life right now. Like, this needs to, like, be out of my life. Like, this is driving me crazy. So now, of course, now it's, like, fucked up again. Like, what the fuck? And so, like, I don't get it. So I'm gonna keep a phone on for this guy. And I know you guys don't have sympathy for me at this point. I'm just venting. Actually, I'm not even talking to you guys. At this point, I'm talking to them. So you want
another confession. So she's not doing this stream for her beezers. She should be talking to her beezers. And honestly, like I said earlier, she shouldn't even be driving right now. She's angry. She's raging. This would be distracted driving. She should have pulled over and said what she needed to say and calmed down and then continue driving, because it's dangerous to be this angry and raging and you're in a 2,000-pound vehicle. She could have gotten into an accident.
me to keep the phone on, and I'm doing this live because I did want.
But this is not for the beezers. This is for Natter. This is how her and Natter communicated. Okay, when they fought, they did it publicly in front of people, involving other people that really didn't have to be involved. Because if you have a real relationship, you keep the couple thing between the couple. Yes or no? If you got something that you want to say to your significant other or your love interest, you say it to them privately. That's the respectful thing to do. You don't come online and involve an audience. They don't necessarily need to know. And if you're kind, you won't put them in the middle and get their emotions involved and get them concerned and then get them angry. You leave other people out. You don't make your relationship a circus.
Warn them, so don't call me a bitch. I warned you many fucking times, asshole. You're gonna ignore me and you're not gonna answer me, so I'll go live and address you.
Manipulation. If you ignore me and you don't want to talk to me, rather than me leave you alone, which is the normal thing to do, I'm going to come online and I'm going to address you publicly. I'm going to turn it into public humiliation. Using her own channel and her own audience as a weapon. That's twisted.
So, here I am. Same thing with Dee Dee. You've been warned, so here you are. Deal with
it. It's a game. She's supposed to be a victim, but who's being the aggressor here? She is. Chantal is a forcer. She punches her way through walls rather than say, you know what, there's a wall here. Maybe I should just walk away from the wall and walk the other way. She's going to punch a hole through it. She doesn't understand the word no. She won't hear the word no. If somebody says, I don't want to be in a relationship with you, she won't say, okay, I respect your boundaries and I will leave you alone. She doesn't leave people alone. That's how nuts she is. So keep pursuing.
So, yeah, thank you for the permission to come over today and fucking talk to him. So, it's not okay. She didn't give him permission to leave the house with me or actually talk to me because he can get in trouble. Well, here, I did it for you. I just outed you. You talked to me. Now what?
And she probably did this and she probably just said that as a means to not only out him, but kind of force him to see her.
What? Fucking, oh my God. Okay.
Fuck all of this because she's not getting her way. Now let's just go the other way for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just imagine if she had gone over to Natter's place with green products and coffee and been let in. She would have kept it undercover. The fact that she was seeing Natter on the side, nobody would have known. This victim sneaking around to go see her alleged abuser. This rage is coming out because she did not get her way.
God. I feel like I'm the only one dealing with the fucking fallout of this shit. I never told a single fucking lie about you. Everything I've said was true.
No, it wasn't. That in itself is a lie. Claiming all this abuse that never happened. Going to the cops and allegedly pressing charges for things that never happened. For the sake of revenge and jealousy. No. No. I'm sorry. If somebody hurts you in the way that you claim that they do, or the way you claim they did, you wouldn't want to be going to that person's house. Would you? And seeing their face.
But you lied. You fucking, oh. You know what this cocky fucking asshole told me? You know what he told me once?
And I love this comment. We got to talk about it. Gabo says, and this is why real assault victims are afraid to come forward, because Chantal uses the system as an outlet for her compulsory jealousy. True. She makes a mockery of real victims. She doesn't respect them. To her, it's just a game. It's a story. For other people that things really happen to them, it's their experience and their scars.
I remember this. You'll never forget me. In fact, you'll be like Delphine number 2, and you will end up calling the cops on me, and you will end up paying for my lawyer against you.
Okay, so for those who are wondering, who is Delphine? Delphine was Natter's ex-girlfriend who passed away. And I've seen pictures of Delphine. She could be Chantal's twin sister. Same build and everything. I mean, it was like a doppelganger to Chantal. But she did pass away. I don't think it was because of Natter. I think she, as I remember, she had a heart attack. She was a big lady too. But she's bringing up Delphine, so I just wanted to explain who Delphine was.
Yeah, fuck you. Dee can do that now. Dee can do that now. She's rich, right? Goodbye. That's why you like well-to-do women, because you need to. You need to leech off them.
You know what? You put up with it. As a matter of fact, you preferred that arrangement. You prefer for him to be codependent on you and to leech off you. You allowed it.
You suck the life out of everything around you.
The irony of you calling him a leech when what have you been doing in the Middle East? Grifting money off of people. What were you doing?
Actually, it's not even a problem. Like the material shit, honestly, was never a problem for me. That's just, I don't give a fuck. Like I have always said, it's everything else. The fucking emotional, mental torture. I can't fucking do it.
But here's the problem with Chantal. You expect that the material things that you provide, that you willingly pay for, are supposed to lead to some kind of emotional fulfillment or emotional reward. That if you buy pots and pans and groceries and pay a phone bill and pay for the rent and pay for hotel trips to Montreal to stay at 5-star hotels, all of that is supposed to be a path to real love. And it isn't. It really isn't. Nick's Walford says, do you all understand that she's not a victim? Do you get it now? I hope they got it. And I hope the Beezers of the present also get it. That's why I'm showing these clips. Because I'm sure Chantal's going to come back online at some point, and she's going to talk about Salah and say he's guilty of abusive behavior. But you got to look at both sides of the picture. She's an abusive person. She's a predator. She's unhinged. But she always points the finger at somebody else, saying they're abusive, when she, in fact, is abusive and has been abusive for years. Okay? See her for what she really is. Rip away the veil. See her for what she is, and don't fool yourselves into thinking she's some kind of victim. She's not. She makes other people into victims. She's not a victim. She is a predator who makes other people into victims. But as long as she's got everybody fooled over there, you'll believe her that she's a victim. And I ask you, how is she a victim if everything that Chantal does, she wants to do? Those of you on the Beezer side, you've been exposed to her long enough. You've seen her personality. She's got kind of a dominant personality, does she not? Does she strike you as a weak person? Or does she strike you as somebody with a bit of a strong will? That she does what she wants and nobody tells her what to do. She's not submissive at all by any stretch of the imagination. So does she appear to be someone that could be a victim? Or does she appear as someone that could be a predator who preys on people, looks for circumstances that she can exploit, looks for people that she can exploit? She'll exploit anybody, animals, people, children. She don't care. It's time for a reality check, Beezers, a big one. You're subscribed to a predator. You're subscribed to an abuser who looks for people and things to abuse. She cares for nothing, not even herself. Here's proof positive for you right here that she's not a victim, that she manipulates circumstances to look like a victim and yet make other people into victims.
I just what? I'm so stubborn. I'm constantly just trying to hammer fucking circle into a fucking square or something stupid. I don't know.
And narcs always get the most upset when they draw people into their sticky golden web of lies and money for the means of control manipulation, and they lose control. Chantal's a control freak, and nothing makes her more crazy than when she's lost control of somebody or she's losing control. Another bit of proof, Exhibit A, Pizza's chat, not her channel, not her audience. She went over there trying to dominate and tell Pete to get rid of people that she doesn't like, that had things to say about her, rather than leave and let him have his chat and let him do his thing. She was trying to muscle control over Pete from thousands of miles away. Because now that she's coming back to Canada, she's got to have a man to control to make herself feel strong. She's got to have control of somebody. She can't control her family. Pete is very passive in nature. She's going to try to control him again.
Really? Fuck.
Biggest Beezer says if he is not contacting her, then it's herself torturing herself. Correct. She's putting herself through all this stuff. She's causing her own torment, her own drama, her own chaos. Chantal operates in chaos. She loves chaos. She doesn't like things to be calm and peaceful and boring. So I don't want to hear nothing else out of her mouth about I want peace. She can't dwell in peace. It's boring for her. She's got to have the chaos.
You talking fucking your stupid harem of fucking 85-year-old women who look like they're from the fucking well from The Ring. You have the fucking nerve to like tell on, oh no, she's being mean to me. Come stroke my ego. Ugh.
Chantal, you had your hug box of Beezers that whenever it suited you, and it suited you a lot, you would come online and go to your Beezers and say, feel sorry for me for being around Natter. I'm such a victim. I'm being abused. People giving you money for that alleged abuse that never happened. So he had his hug box, you had yours, and you weaponized yours whenever you felt humiliated or embarrassed or stupid, but you never stayed away from him. You kept going back like you did this time. You went back when you didn't have to go back. Could have cut it off. Could have cut it off.
You're the most grossest type of guy ever. Why would I ever be
And another thing. Who introduced him to YouTube? Who created a channel for him? Who was filming his content for him and editing it and making the thumbnails? Who was buying the food that he cooked in his cooking lives? Who paid for his phone? Who bought him an iPad? Who bought him an iPhone? Who kept it all going? Who financed it? All of it. You. If you had just carried on with Natter off camera, there wouldn't have been any Dee Dee. There wouldn't have been a hug box for him. Nobody would have known his name. Nobody would have saw his face. Nobody would have been exposed to him. He would have been able to scam people on his channel. All of that points back to you.
But why? I fucking hate my brain. I just want to fucking erase you from my brain forever and ever. Fucking asshole. Oh, the emotional torment. It's a fucking moving. Like whatever. Life together all this time. Do I want you to cry like a little bitch? Yes, because I'm crying like a fucking bitch every day for somebody that doesn't deserve it. Every day. Because they care how I felt. I'm paying for the phone line. Like, that phone line is not getting suspended anymore. It's getting canceled. And, like, he didn't have a phone this whole time. Like,
so she paid the phone bill for almost an entire year. But she swore up and down she didn't pay for anything for him.
So what, you're just using Dee Dee shit? And I see you leaning over her like, you guys are...
Another confession. I see you leaning over her. So she watched him. She watched his live stream. She wanted to watch him. Who willingly watches their supposed abuser? Why would you want to? Why would you put yourself through that?
Fucking liars. Just fucking come out and say you're fucking each other. Like, that's why emotionally torture me and, like, lead me on like this.
You led yourself on. I'm sorry. Call me crazy, but if I like a guy and he's with another woman, that's it. Done. End of story. I'm not even getting involved. But if I'm involved with somebody and they find out they're seeing somebody, we're washing the hands. We're moving on. I don't stand in line for a man's affection. Pardon me. Excuse me. I'm not standing in line behind another woman for a man's affection. If I'm not first and only in line, we're done. That's just how I roll. I'm the only one or I'm not there at all. But she's willing to stand in line behind another woman and wait her turn.
Behind the scenes and have me come over. You're a fucking liar and you deserve to be outed for it. I don't fucking feel bad for you at all. Dee Dee, you should feel bad every fucking day. On you.
Has anybody ever heard her really go off like this on Salah? I haven't. I mean, the closest thing that we ever came to with this was the stream we just saw when she found out about Kai Bella. And that was only because the text from Kai Bella interfered in her little YouTube arc. The illusion that she was trying to paint with people about she's really married and he really cares about her. That was a narc injury in public. That was public embarrassment and humiliation. I think they maybe had an arrangement of, look, this is an employer-employee thing. We got this YouTube arc going on. I need to appear a certain way in front of the public. So don't do anything to embarrass me, please. Carry on with who you want to. I'll carry on with who I want to, but don't break the fourth wall. I can't have people thinking that you're running around with other people, and he did. He went into the garden and went to the beezer tree and picked off an apple and took a bite, and then it was revealed. So it was about the fourth wall being broken. The illusion is over. You can't paint this picture of a faithful, loving, devoted husband anymore. And that's what she got the most mad about.
One of your exes that wanted to. Oh, and the Maria story you admitted was true.
Okay, you know what? Her stream is starting to get really bad. So just want to give you guys a comparison of between Salah and Nader, and let's follow that up with something that happened previous to that. This was all like the CPAP rescue. Anybody out there hear about the infamous CPAP rescue? When she went to his house and confronted him and stood at his door and yelled in his face that she wanted her CPAP machine. So I'm cutting out a big portion of it, because a big portion of this video contains Nader's face and Nader's voice, and I don't want anything to do with that. But this is what she was saying after she left. So we're going to switch over to that. Again, this is her unhinged behavior. And this is courtesy of Queen of WTF. So like, nope, I don't want to see him. We're starting the video right at the point where she's away from Nader.
I just want to get the hell out of here. The coward, I'm sure you heard everything online. The coward didn't give me, the cops bring me the machine in a bag. No power cord, no mask. This piece of crap knows I need that. Actually, the machine is plugged into the cord, but, oh, the cop goes back. I don't have the mask and the cord. I don't have them. And then the cop says, well, that's all we can do, ma'am. You'll have to call for an escort, or we can't barge in his house and look for your mask and your cord. So the cops is a big fucking waste of time. That's what it is. So if I die in my sleep, the blood's on your hands, asshole.
Again, she had 2 CPAP machines. She was never in any danger. She had 2 CPAP machines. So it wasn't like just one and it's at Nader's place. She had another one at home. She just wanted to go over there and be a bother because Dee Dee was there. She wanted to ruin the time that he was having with Dee Dee.
I want a restraining order against her. I don't want her to come on my property. There's a reason you're not giving me my mask back, you piece of crap. And you better not ever call me again. Ever. 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 You're a lowlife. You're a loser. You're an abusive piece of crap. Don't worry, I don't have to be at your house to make your life miserable, okay?
What victim would say that? I don't have to be there to make your life miserable. Most victims want to leave their abusers alone. Completely.
Dee Dee, she better not touch my lingerie. Probably wears it when I'm not there. And now he's going to eat filet mignon. The filet mignon I bought. You're going to feed another bitch the filet mignon I bought at Adonis. It's not against the law for me to trash you online, by the way.
Her confession that she buys him groceries.
I can't believe I was just apologizing to him like hours ago. I don't want her here to cause trouble. And I'm not done dragging you when I get home either. I think I've been live too long today. I'm so exhausted from this. How did I even do this? I'm suing fucking Plenty of Fish. I'm suing Plenty of Fish. That's it.
Another confession. That's what she meant, Nader. Plenty of Fish.
I'm suing them for Nader. For real. Where's my videos? Where's your videos? I didn't believe.
I'm gonna throw this theory out there. This is just my theory. I don't have any receipts. None. Just a theory based on her behavior, based on how thirsty and desperate for love and companionship she is. I think that while Chantal was living at the Canadian villa, she wanted a man in her life that was not Pete's. So she was going on all the dating sites, including Plenty of Fish, and she cast a very wide net, very wide, very big. And she advertised herself as an anything goes kind of gal. Maybe she thought that by advertising herself as an anything goes kind of gal, that it would greater her chances of catching a man. So she was on Plenty of Fish, and Natter is all about that life of different partners, different people, swinger parties. And she and Salah, her and Natter started talking. And she advertised herself as an anything goes, down for anything kind of gal. And he probably liked that because he's an anything goes kind of guy. She said what she needed to say to get his attention and to meet up with him. And she knew that she wasn't anything goes kind of gal. She just wants a man all to herself. But, she got his interest and she got into his house. And he, at one point, called her bluff. He said, hey, you want to get down like that? I got names on speed dial. We can make it happen right now. And she backed away and said, no, I'm good. So since she wasn't an anything goes swinger kind of gal, to keep him around, she threw her money and her YouTube channel on the table as collateral to keep him interested, and it worked. But in my opinion, that's how things started.
Your video, honey. I uploaded a video for you today that I edited. And I cut your iPad off, which probably cut your stream. I don't know what happened to your fucking live stream.
So she just self-confessed that she films his videos. But then now she's also confessing that she's playing little games using the phone. Little control games.
Anyway, I said my piece, I think, to death. I mean, we've been live streaming all day. It's not because I can't. You can learn. Look up a fucking Arabic video on how to do shit. There's no excuse. There's so many Arabic videos. Well, I'm snowed in for the winter. Looks like I can't go anywhere.
So that was very brief. That was a very brief video. And we got another one from Queen of WTF. Also very brief. Just want to add this one in. So let's get started.
Number one, I almost broke my foot on the stairs coming out here. I fell down the stairs. My foot is all sprained. That was like a sign, like maybe I shouldn't go. So I went. He was very cold. And I just packed my shit. I dropped him off on the way at one of his friends. Which I was, why should I be jealous? Oh yeah, you're really going to your friends. You're going to hook up. So he called his friend right on the phone with me to shut me up. When I was driving home, I just felt like empty. I didn't want to be alone. So I pulled over in a moment of weakness. And I was like, I don't want to be alone.
And that's been one of her biggest problems. She doesn't want to be alone. She's got to have somebody around. Even if the person that's around her is chaotic and they're toxic and they're a bad boy and they're bad for her, she doesn't care. She just wants someone around.
Now I look weak. And he knows I feel that way. And this other guy that I've been talking to, the one who messaged me, he's all buff now, and he's like, except I'm bigger than that guy. I've been talking to him, and he's so hot. Oh God.
And that's the only thing she cares about with a guy. Ooh, he's so hot. She gets wrapped around how a person looks. She wants a relationship, but a relationship is about more than just how a person looks. But that's her number one priority. Is he hot? Okay, I'm down. And she wonders why love evades her.
I just don't care.
And she often tried to play this game with Natter of like, I'm seeing other guys. Like trying to make him jealous, and he never was. You know, she's tried to appear like she's got options and guys want her and she's a hot commodity.
If I think that Natter never loved me, it's like I can't believe that, you know? I called him and I was like, I don't want to be alone.
Chantal, there was proof positive the whole time that he never loved you. You don't pay for love. If you're paying for love, the love ain't real. You never stop paying Natter. If he really loved you, the love would have been for free, given freely. It never was. The fact that you had to pay, there was a message in it. And the message that you missed, the memo that you didn't get, was he was basically saying to you, I don't like you and I don't love you. So much so, to tolerate you, I have to have a monetary reason for you to be around. Money does have to be involved.
And he was like, oh, okay. Well, I call you soon. I'm just watching a program with my friend. I said, I'm just gonna go home. It's gonna be a lot harder than I thought. This is why I don't like catching feelings for people. It's so hard to break up with somebody when you love them. I know logically, it's just not gonna ever go anywhere. It wasn't even apologetic. He thought he was in the right. And he actually thinks I'm in the wrong. That I'm crazy.
You are crazy.
How can it work? It can't. I don't know what kind of hole he has on me. Like, I don't get it. And then to make him mad, I texted him that I was talking to someone else. So childish. Part of me wanted him to beg me to stay.
She wants someone to beg her to stay because she wants that emotional validation that they love her. That's why she tries to she will use negative means to elicit negative emotions and reactions, and her wires appear twisted. I don't know where she got this. I don't know where she got this idea, but she thinks that by making somebody angry, making someone jealous, that a positive emotion is supposed to come from that. What? I'm going to hurt you so I can feel loved. So I got validation of love. What? Huh? But that's the way she thinks.
I look like I've been crying all day. I picked it up. It's like I don't want to be with him, but I don't want to not be with him. It's so fast. There will always be drama as long as we're both on YouTube. I just feel it. I'm almost out of Fupa perfume anyways. This is so gross, and I can't believe I'm telling you this, but I don't give a fuck. I like accidentally peed myself. Like I couldn't hold it in anymore. Just like running up the stairs to go pee, and I like peed myself a bit. And I had this peach scented Fupa perfume in my underwear, and I was on the toilet, and he comes.
Wait, stop. What'd you just say? Pardon me. You put perfume in your underwear. Most perfume has alcohol in it. Wouldn't that sting your vajayjay?
In when I'm like, I pissed myself. Comes in, swipes my underwear, goes, peach piss.
Ew.
Just hug him so bad. And I was like, no, be cold and get your shit and get out. I did end up staying for like, we smoked a joint, and then like, I didn't smoke much, and it's like just mostly the CBD thing, just for anxiety, I swear. I was like, stayed for a little bit, not long, and talked. And I was just like, okay, let's do makeup. I'm being aged by this shit. Maybe I was pushing him away. Like, maybe I want him to not like me anymore. There's so much I love about him. Hey, your girlfriend's ugly. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's not easy to just stop loving somebody, no matter what he did to me. And when I'm mean to him, I'm so mean to him. Like, I just fucking hate him sometimes. Like, in an unhealthy, disgusting way. Like, I feel like I can just keep beating on him and hating on him for what he's done. I really am. I don't mean to like trauma dump. I've never actually heard of that term until here, but there's a lot I haven't heard of. So sounds like a healthy, stable relationship. A sweet lie is like better than a hard truth. So you don't think he loved me at all? Not at all, even like a little bit?
Nope. Nope.
I don't believe that. You guys, stop. Because I'm in love with Natter when we like are intimate.
Yeah, but you were in love with him, but he was never in love with you. Real love takes two mutual parties. And there weren't two mutual parties.
It's like, you know when you're like, you love somebody and you're like kissing them and they like hold you and you're like,
ugh. Chantal, you try to paint this picture of how romantic Natter was, and you're saying that he kissed you. I don't think he ever did. Because I remember the live stream where all he did was kiss your cheek. He didn't even like give you a full-on lip kiss. And he kissed your cheek, and as soon as he got done, he wiped his mouth with his arm. Like he was disgusted, like he thought that you were dirty. So if kissing you on the cheek gives that kind of reaction, why would he give you a lip lock? Now, I've seen you do the real kissing thing with Pete's on camera, but not with Natter.
You melt when they're kissing you. Don't give me the stink eye. I can't have kids. So I feel like I have to wait to date again when I'm in my friggin' late 50s or something and meet a silver daddy or something like that. I need to wait. Because I can't have kids, I need to wait for them to, like, lose interest in their wives and get divorced and have their kids and shit. And then in the meantime, I just have sex with college guys just because of the stamina. Do you guys like it or no? I gotta stop this shit. I didn't propose to him, no. Who cares?
Yes, you did. You didn't propose to Natter. All you did was try to force him into a relationship. You came online and said, oh yeah, we're engaged. You had a fake ring. You got the dress. You got the shoes. You tried to trick him into saying that that you were his girlfriend, and it didn't work. You tried to force him into a relationship.
Who cares? What does that mean?
And I kind of heard back in the day that you kind of do the same thing with BB. So you got a pattern of trying to force guys to be in a relationship with you. I also heard, now that we're thinking about it, that Pete really didn't want to date you. He didn't want to be in a relationship with you, and kind of you pushed him into it.
I mean, if you have fat fingers, ask a man who would rather have a hand job from. A big, plump, juicy little fat hand? I'm kidding. I'm sure bony hands are good at old fashions just the same. This is your brain on drugs. I'm having so much. I'm just heartbroken, that's all. No, but it does feel weird to say that it's like really over. I go for the fat thing. I don't like to be controlled at all. I hate it. But a part of me likes that he can control me. When it's good, it's really, really good. Like Toronto was amazing.
I don't think you liked that Natter or anybody else to control you. I think you're a brat and you enjoyed the challenge. You like the idea of a challenge. Somebody being a lot like you and bucking up against you, you find that exciting. You look at that as a challenge and you are determined to win.
Amazing. I'm gonna stop. Okay, I'm gonna stop. So let's eat. You guys, let's not beg for him back. He told so many lies today. Like, for real. So I have the wicked munchies. Okay, I know I'm dumb for getting this friggin' ring. A girl can dream, okay? Like, seriously. It's like a fairy tale. Why am I in this situation? I don't want to talk about it. You think I should meet up with this guy and forget? I don't know. Oh, I don't mean... Look, I'm gonna do whatever I'm gonna do anyway. It's not like people are gonna be like, you know what I mean? I'm pathetic. I'm so pathetic.
Yes, you are. Well, that's an understatement of the year, you being pathetic. Where else are we going to go? Let's see. We going somewhere else, or are we done here? I'm looking just to make sure. I think we're done. I think that's it. So I just want to give you guys kind of a side-by-side comparison to how she behaved when she found out that Salah was talking to Kai Bella, and they were allegedly broke up, and that was supposed to be her husband, versus how she behaved with somebody who wasn't her husband. So what do y'all think? The fake phony YouTube husband versus the real life obsession that she never let go of. Let me know in the comments. And again, special thanks to all the great channels that posted the archive clips. LOONEY, Foodie Beauty, Queen of WTF, No, I Don't Think So, and Hectic Llama. Thank you all for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.